Okay. Studying Japanese athletic development. Okay, so why does Japan have so many outliers? Yo, what's up, Anna? Or Anna Paul? What's good, man? How's it going? Hola. What's happening? We're studying Japanese outliers because, why does Japan have so many outliers in so many different sports? Basketball, they got Yuki, shortest NBA player. They have outliers in baseball, wrestling, all sorts of sports. So we're gonna go into all of that, and honestly, I'm learning just like you guys. So we're all gonna learn together, and then I'm gonna go in and dive in and research on Google Gemini and YouTube for any deeper knowledge. So let's get right into it. Okay, Japanese athletes are using higher volumes of training with more exercise variety to achieve higher levels of development faster. Their children are being better developed with games from toddler to kindergarten age. Their high school athletes are actually at a much higher level. They have higher participation rates, much greater depth in their sports. As a nation, they respect high achievement and athletic sacrifice. And then they have tons of alternate drills within their sports. People say I don't know if you ever heard the term play a bigger game. So when you play lots of different sports, you build lots of little skills, and then that's called being a general athlete. And then now you go and play one sport, and you can bring skills from other sports into that sport, and generally those athletes have a huge advantage. But there's a huge culture in the Western society of just being super hyper specialized, and so when you're hyper specialized, you don't get to experience these other skills. What's up, Sayuri? What's up, Louise? Hey. Okay, so yeah, let's keep reading. Basically, so they have more drills, within the game. So when you play a bigger game, it's you do drills in the game that you wouldn't normally do in the actual game to develop these different skills. So for example, maybe you're playing basketball, but you're using the basketball as a volleyball in one drill, or you're shooting super long shots like Steph Curry, or super high underarm shots or something that you wouldn't normally do in the game, but since you're doing them, you develop this broader set of skills, and now you're better in random situations, which is what sports are. When you're playing a team sport or an individual sport, let's say basketball or soccer or volleyball, it's a lot of random situations. And if you just do block drills where you're just same drill over and over and over again, it's you're not getting this general base, and then when you experience that drill in a game, it's never exactly like that. So it's better to learn different different ways of movement, and there's actually a whole study on this called differential learning, which I'll go into another video. Wolfgang Schulhorn's pretty crazy professor, pretty awesome guy. Okay, so the Japanese, so there's this super broad foundation in youth junior athletes. Consider the volume of training and work ethic that is consistently building outlier athletes, right? Like the Japanese are doing. And you can do this by simply understanding basically their baseball, wrestling, and distance running programs, which have resulted huge outliers. And basically, so we'll look into those as well. And then also, this is kind of crazy. High school coaches in Japan, especially at big, high schools with large organizations, they can be paid very well and very respected. So that's another kind of factor. So in contrast to the West, so in the West we have science dominated training, and it's it's possibly destroying the way the Western athletes are training and developing. Basically, Western sporting culture and most professional athletes are training on minimal safe volumes, fighting against unionized player associations. So take that. So it's like unionized player associations, and then compare that with like a general base of skills when the kids are young. And it's very common for specialization in the Western world. So Jonathan Edwards, he actually trained more like a thrower, and his world record still stands. So if you guys don't know who Jonathan Edwards is, he is the world record holder for triple jump. And so let me just show you his world record. So the crazy thing about Jonathan Edwards is he was like, mi saludes. Crazy thing about Jonathan Edwards, what's up, Caesar? Is he was like, how old was he when he got the world record? Let's look that up. I think he was like 32. How old was Jonathan Edwards when he broke the world record? So he's 29. 29 years old. He achieved the world record breaking distance of 18.29 meters in 1995. Okay, so dude, it's been so long. It's been 31 years. No one's broken it yet. And look, man, the guy has like gray hair. I'll show you right now. And so the crazy thing is, he didn't train like a triple jumper. He trained like a thrower. And triple jump is, so look at that, man. Look at that, dude. Look, he literally has gray hair. And he's the world record holder in triple jump. And like, triple jump is no joke. It's actually, triple jump has the highest force. It's the highest like force impact track event sport there is. And so that's no joke. And like, and the crazy thing is that was this oh, was that? Oh my gosh, I gotta look this up. So that's third or fourth Olympics. Third or fourth Olympics. Okay, interesting. Fourth. It was his fourth Olympics. So that's like 16 years of training. And when he first started, the British triple jump, or like the Athletic Association, the Olympic Association for Britain, whatever they're called, they basically said like, hey Jonathan, it's impossible for you to triple jump because you're not, you have all this knee pain and you're just not capable of like, you're not physically capable because of your bone structure to be a triple jumper. And so they trained for 16 years and got the gold medal in his fourth Olympics. It's so rare for someone to go to their fourth Olympics and also win gold. Like, that's actually the most, and then no one's broken it for 31 years. It's like, you'd think that people would try to copy what he was doing. So like, to tie this back, basically Jonathan Edwards, he didn't train like a triple jumper for his time, or even for today's standards. Or I mean, I'm sure there's people who train like him, but I don't know. I'll do more research on that. But the thing is, it's not common. I don't think it's common now. It definitely wasn't common back then. And he trained more like a thrower than a triple jumper. And then Stephen Holmes. Stephen Holm is a high jumper. He's a gold medalist high jumper. He's the shortest person ever win a gold medal in high jump. So Stephen Holm did more volume Stephen Holm basically did more volume, made a new sport of jumping. He took his own path and has the highest jump compared to body height in jump history. His jumps are only beaten by an athlete who later received a life ban for steroids. So this guy, Stephen Holm, is 5'11", and he is like beating guys that are way taller than him. And he's like, so this guy is like, you know, he's pretty much the GOAT. And he did things differently. Okay, so let's see here. So basically, I'm reading the notes of a guy named Keegan Smith, who's a pretty dope coach. He's a really smart guy. And so now he's explaining why he started taking a look at Japan. I guess like it's because of the, I mean, we know it's because of the outliers, which we'll get to soon. Here, actually, why don't we, it would be more fun if we just looked up the outliers right now. Who are outliers from Japan in current age 4 sports? Okay. Because I know there's, okay, yeah, here's one of them we'll talk about. Shohei Ohtani. So Ohtani, MLB, Major League Baseball, highest paid player in the world right now, and he has like the highest contract anyways. It was like $700 million or something, which is insane. And so when he grew up, he was a right-handed thrower and a right-handed batter. And then after his early years, he changed to a left-handed batter. And he's the highest paid, so I mean, it's hard to just ignore facts like that. I know it's like, I think apparently that's very common in Japan, but like if you're really good on one end, you're gonna be great on the other. And so it's basically when you learn how to do something on the opposite side of your body, you actually train your brain, so you actually teach yourself to do it again. So now when you do it on your good side, you just retaught your bad side how to do it. So your good side becomes even better. And that's like, it's a nuance that a lot of people miss. But like, you'll feel it like as soon as you, like for example, jumping off different feet, like when I learned how to jump off my right foot, my left foot just got better. And also in a sport like basketball, it's just common sense. Like you're gonna jump off your right foot. Like if you can't, then I think there's less plays you can make. Some people get it, some people don't. Hey, I don't know. And then there's Yuki Kawamura. Yuki Kawamura. Oh my gosh, I'm bad at pronouncing Japanese names. Yuki Kawamura. Awesome. I love watching Yuki play. He's 5'8", and he plays in the NBA, which is kind of crazy. And that's like the shortest guy. Naoya Inoue, boxer. Inoue. So Inoue, nicknamed the Monster, is an outlier in terms of pound-for-pound dominance. The outlier factor, he is a multi-division, undisputed world champion. His outlier status comes from his power-to-weight ratio. He possesses heavyweight level knockout power in the smaller weight classes. Wow. Let's see. He remains undefeated and is widely considered one of the top pound-for-pound boxers on the planet. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, let's do okay, so let's go back to here. Okay, so I started exploring Japanese sports when I wanted to throw harder. I've been watching USA method throwing experts, and it all seemed to be about getting bigger and powering up the central nervous system. Interesting, but in a sport where surgery is so common, I was looking for something else. Mike Marshall's work was interesting. An outlier pitcher and biomechanist who was extremely critical and conventional throwing. Was extremely critical of conventional throwing. Then I found out that the best player in the MLB is Japanese. I started, that's Otani. Let's look up Otani. Otani. Throws. He's the best player currently in the MLB. Let's do highlights. Otani is a legend. Okay, you ready? He bats too. He's a batter and a pitcher. Wait a minute. Is that a right-hand bat? I was under the impression he was a left-handed batter. Or no, it is left-handed. I think it was reversed because it was on the stream. It is left-handed. That's funny. So Otani. Legend, man. Legend. Okay. I'd also like to know who Mike Marshall is. Just endless rabbit holes. Who's Mike Marshall? Mike Marshall was a Major League Baseball pitcher, best known for his durability and pioneering approach to pitching mechanics. That's a clue because Keegan was interested in Mike Marshall because he didn't like the conventional system of training for throwers in the USA. And Mike Marshall was known for his durability and pioneering approach to pitching mechanics. Okay, that's pretty cool. So it'd be interesting to learn more about Mike Marshall. Let's continue. Okay, then I found out that the best player in the MLB is Japanese. Started exploring Japanese baseball. The Japanese throwing looked a lot more like the posture, patterns, and leverage training I've been diving into. Leverage training is a whole other topic I will do on another episode. But basically what it is, using your body weight to maximize the leverage of your body in different positions. So you're basically just using gravity, but you can get these extreme training loads that you can't even, or maybe you can get with weights, but like the point is you can just get it with your body. So there's these freak athletes doing leverage training, and they're placing so much force on their body in these very vulnerable positions. But the key is scalability of just like easing into the positions really slowly. So anyways, that's leverage training. So we'll definitely do another video on that. The focus was on spinal movement and transfer of power into the shoulders. Makes a lot of sense. Clearly they were thinking differently at a philosophical level, and this was taking them to different outcomes. They were also getting less injured, Mike Marshall, despite often doing 5 to 10 times more throwing volume than American pitchers. Wow. Doing 5 to 10x more throwing, and they weren't getting injured. I knew it. Oh shit. Let's get the palm trees in the background. I knew about the Japanese work ethic from hearing from rugby players about the long running they did in Japanese rugby. In Japanese rugby, Japan beat South Africa at one point, so that's another outliers team. In a tournament where like it was such an upset. Like, and I had a Japanese friend, and he was so hyped, and it was just fun. It was just a fun vibe. It was great to watch them play like with such tenacity, and then they beat South Africa. It was so cool. It's just so much discipline. In rugby, the Japanese weren't very good despite working harder than other countries. In baseball, they were great. I'd also seen Japanese, I guess overall Japan is the best, but that was like one of the greatest upsets ever. I'd also seen Japanese and Chinese children doing extremely complex skill stacking at 5 to 8 years old. In my understanding of sports, this ability will breed super athletes. That's the general athletic ability. Hey, let's go, bro! Gaze on the chat. Researching the Japanese secrets to athleticism. It's going to be mind-boggling. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, Japanese children from 5 to 8 stacking really complex skills, making general athletes, which coaches want general athletes. General athletes have more skills, and that's what Japan's so good at making at a young age. At some point in your life you need to get it, and in the U.S. is a big trend in just like getting the kids to just be super specialized right away. They miss out on so many skills, and they and there's other examples like one of the best athletes in Poland, or the best Polish soccer player, I need to look him up. Best Polish soccer player history. So he recently came out and testified that basically that all the players that go through the academy he noticed have like a very low skill set. Robert Lewandowski. Yeah, that guy is pretty crazy. Okay. So, if they aren't building the best... okay, so what am I missing? If they aren't building the best athletes, something is wrong in my theory, and what builds the best athletes? I then learned that Japan had won the baseball world championship multiple times, beating the USA and all other baseball powerhouse nations. It turns out that Japan probably has hundreds of players good enough to play, if not dominate in the major league. Latin American baseball players have to leave their home country to make big money in baseball, but Japanese players can make great money and careers while staying home in their country and culture. The cultural gap between Japan and USA is also much bigger than the gap in Venezuela or Dominican culture. I learned that Japanese high school baseball players often did 10-hour practices on Saturday and Sunday, and that's winning the big high school tournament. And that winning the big high school tournament could make a schoolboy a celebrity and set for life. That's pretty cool. In their baseball training, I saw work ethic and new attention to detail I couldn't find in other baseball education. Then I started to look at other Japanese sports and the results. If they have much better methods and culture for building baseball players, then surely they would be great at other sports as well. I didn't research judo too much because judo seems like their sport that's deep in the cultural roots. I saw some great running drills, but Japan doesn't have great runners, do they? Guess not. Without further research. It turns out that they do. Oh shit! In Japan, marathon running is a huge part of their culture and one of their most viewed national events. Japan is the third best marathon running nation in the world, with no athletes banned for drugs, where Ethiopia and Kenya consistently have banned athletes, but are still the best running nations in the world. Japan gives scholarships to elite East African runners, and they dominate the extremely competitive Japanese running scene. The Japanese high school running standards is extremely high and far beyond the Western elite running standards to a point it's ridiculous. The same is true for elite men's and women's running. Japan has hundreds of athletes who run sub 2 hour and 15-minute marathons. Holy crap. Like an average, like a good marathon is, I'm pretty sure it's under 3 hours, right? What's considered a good marathon run? Let's say by average standards. By high school, global high school standards maybe. By global high school standards. Let's see here. The average marathon is good. Good is like competitive. Holy crap. Competitive is 3 hours, 15 minutes. Like average is like 3:40. So they have elite. National elite is 2 hours, 45 minutes. And apparently Japan has high school students running 2 hours, 15-minute marathons. That's crazy. Japan has hundreds of athletes who run sub 2:15 marathons. That's crazy. A top 3 time for a British runner. A top three time for British runner in Britain was 1,256 in Japan on one running vlog I watched. Okay. Okay. Clearly, Japan knows who to run distance. Knows how to run distance. The stories about work ethic and mileage are extreme. They also aim to make a perfect art of each step. It's not only about the times, but also beautiful efficiency. The shortest basketball player in the NBA is Japanese. Now we're getting to Yuki, baby. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, let's get some tunes. One sec. Great call. Getting some tunes up in here. Any requests? Maximize knee explosiveness. Well, maybe we'll find out through Yuki. House music? Okay, let's find some chillin' house music. How to maximize knee explosiveness? Or knee maximizing music. That's hilarious. Okay, let's go. Okay.
His own child and marvel as the young.
Oops. Okay, this looks good. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, it's Amy Watson and Jimmy Harvey, and this is our sunny beach house mix from beautiful Greece.
Okay, tell me how the volume is, chat. There we go. Maybe like it's got to be party or like a good vibe. Okay, chat, let's go. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay, let's look at some Yuki highlights to get hyped. Because Yuki is the... Yuki Uramara. Is that it? How do you say it? I keep pronouncing his last name. Do you guys know Uramara? Uramura? No, it's Kawamura. There you go. Yuki Kawamura. Yuki Kawamura. Yeah, let's look up Yuki. Yuki Kawamura, and he snowboards, dude. That's why Yuki's so good, man. Okay, we're gonna learn some crazy shit about Yuki. Yuki highlights. Okay, so the shortest. Why does Japan? What is Japan? I mean, other than the fact that Japan, maybe Japanese are like on average shorter. Like, why do they have the shortest player in NBA history come from Japan? And it's because he's it's because they play a bigger game. And he's dunking too, dude. That's actually crazy. Hey. I'm getting rebounds. Oh, crazy assist. Hey. I think Yuki's a knee maximizer, yeah. So let's do some research on how Yuki is a knee maximizer.
And then this one just silly in teams that have been able to do that.
Watch a couple more.
Offices that have
Oh, he's so creative, bro. Okay, why is Yuki so good? Okay, let's ask Google Gemini. Why is Yuki Kawamura so good, and does it have anything to do with a multi-sport background and knee health? Yuki Kawamura. Yuki Kawamura's success is a combination of disciplined childhood training regime, a high basketball IQ, and a unique physical profile that, while challenging, I guess, for him to be shorter, has allowed him to develop outlier agility. Interesting. So it's his biggest strength. Multi-sport background, baseball. Interestingly, Kawamura's first dream wasn't basketball, it was baseball. Early influence. He spent his early childhood playing catch with his father and dreaming of becoming a baseball player. He pivoted to basketball in the second grade. The second grade, dude. That's so young still. After a trip to a sports store. He reportedly found that, but still, that he has that general base from baseball. Found that baseball jerseys. He reportedly found basketball jerseys cooler than baseball gear available, which prompted him to join local basketball club instead. While he committed to basketball early, many analysts suggest that childhood background in baseball, a sport, Michael Jordan, a sport defined by eye-hand coordination and reactive speeds, also like crazy concentration, often helps point guards with their vision and passing accuracy. Radical fundamentals. Kawamura is good because of a staggering volume of practice that started in elementary school, which is very common in Japan. The 1,000 shot rule. By 6th grade, he was famously taking 600 to 1,000 shots per day. That's insane, man. I was not taking that even in high school. I was trying to hit 500 a day because everyone said that's what Steve Nash did, and like that was even pretty tough. But he was like in grade school taking 1,000 shots. Basketball IQ. Because he's only 5'8", he spent his youth studying legends like John Stockton, Jason Kidd. He learned how to read the floor before the defense could react, making him a pass-first floor general with elite shooting range. Knee and leg health, coming to the knee maximizing part. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, we're gonna play a tune real quick to get us hyped on maximizing our knees. Okay, let's see here. gosh, I don't know. Oh, I can play it. Okay, I know where to play it. I know where to play it. It's I gotta go to my YouTube though, because I can't really find the file. Where is it exactly? Okay, almost got it. Dun. Almost got it. I know. Oh no, it should be here. Ah, what am I doing? Should be here in the shorts section. Go Joey with the flow.
Coach Joey got the plan. Turning rookies into champs, that's the brand. No pain, no gain, understand. Strong knees, high leaps.
Okay, here we go. Now we go, let's get back. Where were we? Alright, we're in Gemini. Okay, now we're talking about Yuki's knee health. Let's go. Okay, regarding your question about knee health, Kawamura actually faced a significant knee hurdle recently that was initially misidentified by the public. What? The 2025 knee mystery. Uh-oh. The song is a different one, called 50 Inches High. Oh, and dope one. Yo, DM me if you got a song request. DM me and I'll play it. DM me the song. Let's see here. After moving to Chicago Bulls, Kawamura Yuki was suddenly waived, which shocked fans. Early reports cited a lower leg injury, and many speculated it was a knee issue given his explosive playing style. The reality, blood clot. Holy shit, that's crazy. In early 2026, Bulls coach Billy Donovan revealed the true cause. Kawamura had been diagnosed with blood clot in the lower leg. That is so sad. The Bulls waived him. Recovered under rehab. Once he cleared his next, they immediately re-signed him to a contract. Okay, so it didn't really tell us about his knee drills, but maybe we'll learn more. Maybe we'll learn more as we continue. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Kawamura. Let's keep going. Okay, so the shortest basketball player in NBA history, Yuki Kawamura. While he's still a rookie and hasn't been playing against the best competition for long, he's already dominating the G League and getting minutes in the NBA. Okay, this must have been written a bit ago, or last year maybe, or because I don't know. Is Yuki playing for the Memphis Grizzlies right now? Where is Yuki Kawamura playing? Kawamura. He's playing for the Bulls right now, yeah. Active with the Bulls. Yep, resigning. Kawamura is the shortest player in the NBA. His return to the Bulls marks a pivotal moment in the NBA journey with growing recognition of basketball IQ and playmaking. Okay, that's where he is now. Playing the Bulls. There are also Japanese soccer players playing Liverpool and Arsenal, two of the best club teams in the world over the last few decades. Japan took over the skateboarding world out of nowhere in recent years, inventing new tricks and new levels of consistency previously not seen in sport. On top of that, 5 boxers in the world today with an undefeated record and more knockout power than usual, seen in lightweight divisions, is also in Japan. I'm not saying that the Japanese are the only country that can produce great athletes. That's clearly not true. But looking beyond the boundaries of different sport is part of the reason for rapid athletic, or to figure out how to create rapid athletic transformations. In this case, rather than looking at a different sport, we're looking across cultural and language barriers. The Japanese set new standards for the world in technology and precision over recent countries, and that culture hasn't disappeared. The Japanese history of innovation and excellence is well known and documented. A sushi chef is expected to dedicate his life to the craft of sushi if that path has been chosen. Samurai intensity and honor is expected in all career paths and sporting endeavors. That's legit. Japan also has some of the highest suicide rates, sleep deprivation, authoritarian leadership, pressure to win, a deep sense of family honor and pride. In this culture, the expectation has been for a man, to do the samurai thing when he fails, right? I believe they call it what do they call it? There's a respectful word for it. What's it called? It's called senpai, or no, not senpai. It's seppuku. Seppuku. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can the same outlier result be achieved without fear, shame, and authoritarian influence? To say that the Japanese success is achieved by force and fear alone is ignorant. On the flip side, Japanese marathon runners are generally sincere and look incredibly relaxed and even joyful while enduring one of the toughest athletic events and the one that most athletes dread. Nice. Well, that's some good research on Japan today. I think that was a pretty good stream. Let's look up. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that was a good mix. That was a good stream talking about Japanese athletes. So what's the summary? Japanese athletes, they compared to the Western world, they don't specialize when they're young. They're very they're extreme. They're actually extreme generalists. So the kids try everything really hard and really intense at a super young age, and then after that they specialize super hard. But the thing is, when they specialize, they don't necessarily specialize because when they start playing one sport, all of a sudden that sport has the most creative drills. Like if you let's look up creative Japanese like basketball drills or like baseball drills. Like you'll probably see some crazy stuff. Creative Japanese baseball drills. And it's like playing games within the game. What are the top 3 things that the average person can do to increase their vertical? That's a good point. That's a good question. The top 3 things are to increase your vertical, what you need to do is have health, and practice jumping, and strength through the full range. And those are probably the 3 top things. So how to have health, you want to figure out where your imbalance is in your body. And usually that can be told by pain when you push yourself really hard and jumping. Then some pain will develop somewhere in your body. Often from like many people. If not, then you're blessed. But health is number one. So first you gotta make sure. So if it's your knee pain, it could be because your ankle's too stiff and not mobile, because your ankle's supposed to be a mobile joint, your hip's supposed to be a mobile joint, and so maybe your hip is stiff in some way, or weak. Like usually stiff and weak are the same thing. And then your knee has to be stable, because your knee is supposed to be a stable joint, but with unhealthy knees, the joint becomes pliable. So like wearing your knee, can we, and then how do you create health? It's basically blood flow. Like you want to create as much blood flow as you can without stressing out the structure of the knee. And so when you create lots of blood flow, eventually you get healthy and the pain disappears. But now the next thing is you need to actually change the structure. To do that, you get strength through the full range, through every joint. And so by doing the doing exercises that are less stressful, usually in a shorter range of motion, then you get blood flow and health. And then you start to get into deeper ranges of motion, and that changes the structure. And you need to be healthy basically to do those exercises. And once you do that, you get a general base of strength. And so when you have a general base of strength, that's like the base of your pyramid. And then now you can go to the top of the pyramid, which is specialization, which is the thing you're trying to do, which is actually jumping. So like now you can practice jumping more because you have health, and then you have strength through the full range of motion. And the more strength you have through the full range of motion, the more health you get. And then the third thing is specialization. Is basically it's doing the thing. It's like it's you just trying to dunk, and you can even be general within the specialization. So like if you're trying to jump off your left foot, and you do that a bunch of times, you'll get really good at it. But now teach yourself to jump off your right foot, and not only are you going to be more athletic in sports if that's your goal. If not, if your goal is just jumping, then it'll still help because you're teaching your right side how to jump. So now that you've created those brain connections, now you go back to your left side and you can jump even better because you just taught your right side how to do it. So you become a very good teacher of that movement. And so it's good for mastering the skill. So basically, well, I guess to sum it up, it's like health, then general strength, and specific strength. Those are like the three things that you need to. Those are three things that the average person can do to increase their vertical, pretty much. And yeah, I guess like to relate this to the Japanese, because the Japanese. They have so many drills within their game and then so you do all these different general drills of skills, and then you learn more abilities than you would normally. I got you, Jurlik. Got you, bro. And then yeah, when you gain all these general skills, now when you go to a specific skill, you actually have more tools to pull from. And that will and that will make you better at the specific skill, because when you do the skill, let's say for team sports, for the example, when you do the skill in a game, it's never going to be the same twice. So the more general knowledge you have, the better you'll be at that specific skill. And so yeah, I know that's why the Japanese produce outliers, and that's why that's why doing general skills will get you better at specific skills. And if you look at jumping like a skill, doing different general jumping exercises, long jump, jumping off your different foot, like 1 foot jumps, 2 foot jumps, all sorts of different jumps, you're gonna be a better jumper and actually have a higher vertical at the end of the day. How do I balance playing an intense basketball schedule and trying to increase my jumping abilities? Well, it's tough out there these days because basketball players are so overloaded with their schedule. The schedules are crazy nowadays, especially high school basketball. It's like basketball every single day, and then they have games on the weekend. And so to do that, since you're going so hard in season, the best thing you can do is the best thing you can do to actually increase your jump in season is to do full range of motion strength training, or do strength training that is not specific to basketball. So just to get more balanced. So just balance yourself as best you can. And that honestly, if your volume's way up here doing basketball, that means that you might have to do like general strength at a very low intensity. So for example, basketball, I'll show you here. Actually, let's just freeze frame on some basketball players' feet. Let's just do like a crossover or something. So in basketball, it's like I get like a close up. See here, so right here. Now let's get some pictures. There we go. We'll get some pictures. Yeah, let's go Michael Jordan. Yeah, let's look at Michael Jordan's stance. Okay, so right here. So notice in basketball, you're always on your toes. So your heel is always elevated. And not only that, your shoes have lifts in them. So your calf is always in a short position. So to balance that out, you want to do a calf raise in a long position. And a lot of people think like, maybe I need to clarify this because my last short was saying to do calf raises, for example, and to do these exercises in season, which is, I think is really beneficial, but it's all about volume. Like if, you want to do a full range calf raise, 13 ways to jump higher mid-season, exhausted, practicing every day. So like this position is not in basketball, for example. So so if you're in season and you're exhausted and you're on your toes all day and your calf is in that super high position, like MJ here, right? Then you want to train the opposite of that, which is like this. And not too much, because like if you're playing every day and you're super tired, you've already expended that energy. So just go and train the bottom half of your calf raise. Don't do it that intensely. Like you just want to just do one set to fatigue. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. One set to fatigue. That's it. And then maybe one set to fatigue, maybe once, maybe twice a week. And then I got you, brother. And then it'll make you just feel more refreshed. It'll make you feel like you have more energy. You can, and it'll make you feel like you have more bounce. And then you'll be able to, jump higher in season. And that's what. So I'm not saying to just give it your all and just crush a million calf raises and be super sore for your game. That's not what I'm saying, right? And same with this. Look at Jordan's knee position. So his knee position's in like, it's like in a quarter squat, like quarter to half squat position, right? So you're doing that all game long. And so what you want to do to balance that out is a full squat, which is right here. And you know, you don't have to use the bar. You don't have to use the bar. But the idea is that you get into that deep position, you just touch it. You don't need to overdo it. Don't go till failure. Just do like one set to fatigue. That's it. That's all I'm saying. And it's gonna actually make a huge difference because you are exhausted from being in the quarter squat position. That's what you're exhausted from. And like and you know, you'll have general fatigue as well, like because you're in the quarter squat position, your whole leg will be tired. That's true. But if this isn't worked, then you know, if you work this lightly, you'll be surprised that you'll rest, recover, and then the next day you're gonna feel more bouncy. So that's all I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah. Good stuff. I think we're almost reaching an hour here. That was a good stream. We're going hard up in here. Thanks for everybody who watched the stream. You guys are legends. Let's go. Jirlik is one of the biggest legends I know. Yes, sir. Okay. Well, dude. YouTube's sleeping on this channel for show. So they'll wake up though. They're gonna wake up. Will do, brother. Will do. Yeah. When YouTube wakes up, it's gonna be a beautiful day. People are gonna learn a ton. Fire, baby. It's fire. Okay. Well. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Deuces.